Hey everyone, so I wanted to do an update on GoPro Hero 3 Black Edition. So basically purchased in very late November 2012. They're just out. You can't find them everywhere. If you really have to have one, the best place to get it in my view is Best Buy. Oddly, they have them, seem like they have them in stock for the most part. You can't get them off of Amazon or anything like that just yet. You can go order them from the website, but it seems to take a while to get them. Website meaning GoPro.com. But there's some lead time. But again, Best Buy, I had it in stock. I'm going to give you the straight up current view of the camera. It is a technical masterpiece. But at the same time, they put so much stuff in here and they seem to race it out a little bit. I mean, this is really the first consumer-oriented camera that can do 4K video. That's basically 4 times the resolution of 1080p. I mean, no one really has any monitors that can display it. It's more of a... I won't call it a gimmick because I like I like that they're pushing things forward. Right, but it's not very usable at this point. It is 15 frames per second or 12 frames per second, depending on the mode that you use. So there's a lot of awesome features to it. I'm going to start off with the positive. I mean, the picture quality is great. I'll say that as with the Hero 2, if you're outdoors and you have a lot of light, it's just amazing. If you're indoors and not a lot of light, it's not that good actually. I'll say the Hero 3 is might be slightly better than the Hero 2. I find that in dark conditions, it may capture the image better, but you still get a lot of noise, graininess in the photo or the video. That it's not that usable. Better than nothing, but not that usable. This little camera is not ultra expensive, but it is pretty expensive actually for this black edition. You do get a lot of powerful features. You get all the normal, GoPro kit. You get the casing that's closed, it's watertight. You get another casing that's open that you can get the sound through better. The Black Edition, well, I'll just say the Hero 3, the sound, if there's any improvement, and I know it's not very exciting for many people, I think the big improvement is the sound quality. The sound quality is way better than the Hero 2. The Hero 2 was kind of scratchy, and you can hear it peak out at times, but Hero 3 is more balanced, more proper sound. That kind of thing. So I've been having a lot of fun playing with that. I'll say that happy with the quality of the images. I'll move into the not doing so well, the downside of this thing. I'm an early adopter. I like to buy things when they come out. I like sometimes the challenge of figuring things out and exploring a device or whatever. But I'll have to say this has been one of the worst ones as far as newness and readiness to the market. I'm an early adopter again. This one's a pain in the butt. I'm having all kinds of firmware problems. GoPro support, I'll just say, well, they haven't responded. It's been 3 days. They haven't responded, period. So I'll just tell you the real point, the real experience I'm having here. I generally like the company, I like the products, but the firmware here is just disaster. You can see this blue light going off here. It's off. I know that means Wi-Fi, but I've specifically shut off the Wi-Fi multiple times, and the Wi-Fi will come on by itself, even though I shut it off. Actually, I'm not going to shut it off and try to stop it on the video here because I got it going in a stable condition, so I'm just going to let it be for a little bit. So when I first got it, you have to go to the website and try to upgrade the firmware, and automatically wanted me to install Java, and I don't want to do that on a Mac because it's all kinds of security risk. The camera was never recognize period on my Windows 7 computer. The Cineform Pro software won't even work. I can't even connect it to the Windows computer. It will only be recognized on a Mac. I had to manually install the firmware that was available at that time, which I think it was 3.01. Right before I did this video today, I just plugged it in again to see if there was anything available. And after the setup and the configure and the download, if you hunt in the config files, you can find the version number, and it appears to be 3.03 as of basically the 6th of December. They don't tell you the versions that are available on the website. It's maddening. So you have to go through the full process with the hope that you're going to get something new. So it seems, again, a little bit of time into the new firmware on 3.03, it seems like it's powering on and off okay. What I was having problems with, and perhaps I still am, clearly I'm still having problems with the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi, yeah, the Black Edition comes with it. You can use your remote control to start and stop the device. All well and good, I'll say, but I think it's more of a gimmicky feature. I don't know. I don't feel like that's the problems that come with Wi-Fi and configuration maybe are not worth the convenience of a working device. So back to the problem areas I'm having. It was freezing up all the time. It was bricked. It was locked up. I finally got this song and dance routine. If I push this button, push that button, danced around, you know, played with it for 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes before I actually wanted to use it, I could turn it on, but otherwise it was bricked. You have to constantly pull the battery out for it to work. You pull the battery, basically how I was having to get it started is pull the battery out into the compartment. When you pull the battery out and you reset it, hold this down, push the little Wi-Fi button over here, put the memory card in, and then power it on. Wait, don't touch it. Wait for about 5 to 10 seconds. Hopefully it comes on. But usually it was a repeat performance all the time. If you plugged it into a computer, it typically, when you're done with it charging, it automatically would brick it. You have to pull the battery again and start over. The wireless, again, it just turns on by itself. If you were actually, I've done some driving stuff with this and some other, you know, around the neighborhood type things, but if I was out scuba diving or something and I had this in the casing and I'm not in an environment where I could change the battery, I would be extremely mad, because it's just, you're constantly having to get into the back battery here, and it's not convenient. This little compartment here is just tiny piece of plastic. I'm nervous that I've opened and closed it so many times that it's going to fall off or break, but it's not practical outdoors, especially in the water. So that's pain. Again, I can't even get it to work on a Windows 7 computer. The other thing is that this version, the Hero 3 rather than the 2, it has a lot of little pieces to it. This back door here is, you know, just a tiny little piece can fall off. It has a little door covering the USB and the micro SD card. It's okay, but I wish it was attached with some kind of rubber gasket or something, or just maybe just, I don't know, I'm going to leave it like this for a while, but a lot of these little pieces to maintain. What else? So again, the picture quality is great, especially outside. Sound quality is amazing. What else can I tell you? I mean, it comes with other little parts, a back door, some other mounting brackets, that kind of stuff. So I am kind of in a wait and see mode here. I'm hoping this new 3.03 firmware has stabilized things. I mean, let's just see. Can I turn it on? Okay, so it came on there. And I've also noticed that going into the very advanced 4K resolution modes also hung it up. The other thing is that even though I have it plugged in all day, the battery is down to almost, I mean, it's less than 1/4.
So I've never seen the battery all the way to the top, even though it's a brand new battery, brand new device. And see, it just switched over to the Wi-Fi record thing again. So I'm going to shut it off. Turn off Wi-Fi, yes. Okay, it's off. Exit. Blue light should stop blinking here. Let me see if I can power it off and on again. Okay, it's off. Turn back on. Okay, so far so good. It was way worse than that on the older firmware. So, just recording there. So far so good, but I'm just post firmware update here and haven't changed much of the stock settings. Alright folks, let me know if you have any questions. I see the Wi-Fi just then came back on again, blue light.
Thanks.